Hey y'all, so I'm back. As you can see, I'm by myself again. Today I have my little brother CP with me. And today what we're gonna talk about is church do's and don'ts.
This is the Chris and Tanya show. Gotta check that already, know. Yeah, I am fit. Are you ready to go? Yeah, I am fit. Are you ready for the show? Apple versus Android, celebrity smash and pass off the plug. Give me extra and I'm trying to get the guapo every day. Mine in another place I meditate. Try to get me rundown. Okay. She gave me the rundown on the first day. I don't do blunt pranks or challenges. You went to school in America or you at Allender? Online dating, I don't even want to chat with them. Online dating, then I'm looking for my calendar. Light verse dog on the Libra scale. Watch how I balance. So watch how I balance. M.E. I'm an MC when it's hammer time, and I got a whole lot that be on my mind. And it's time to unbind. The Chris and Tanya show is uploaded and online. This is the Chris and Tanya show. Gotta take that already, know. Yeah, I am fit. Are you ready to go? Yeah, I am fit. Are you ready for the show?
Alright, so I'm doing the don'ts and he's doing the do's. Because he go to church more than I do. I just visit. He goes all the time. He's a drummer. But so I guess my first don't with churches are church is supposed to be a healing place. That's what I think. But churches have the most judgmental people ever. So my first church don't is don't be judgmental to your people. Like, instead, like, love them and embrace them and encourage them. Don't be judgmental, discouraging them, gossiping about them, talking about them. Like, y'all church folks. Like, come on. Y'all have, like, people that's out there in the world doing better than y'all. And that's ridiculous. Or, let me not say all churches, because not all churches are judgmental, because I've been to churches that are really, really nice and really, really, they're caring and they don't really, like, judge you or gossip about you. But you see them Jamaican churches? Those are the hardcore churches. They're the most judgmental people, Jamaican churches. I feel like I've been to different type of churches, so I could talk. I've been to Catholic, Jews, Muslim, Buddhist, American, young people church, old people church, traditional churches, southern churches. I've been to all different type of churches, and I feel like the most judgmental church of them all is Jamaican churches. Like, that's my don't. Don't be gossiping, judgmental. Instead, be loving and caring and non-judgmental.
I don't even think it's the Jamaican churches. I think it's more the small Jamaican churches, because there's some big Jamaican churches out there, and I don't think they're judgmental, because everyone's focused on their own thing. They're not focused on trying to get involved and understanding everyone else's
Right.
life and trying to
True.
get.
It's too much people to talk about.
Yeah, it's too much people to
Small
be,
churches, yeah.
Small
I
churches,
agree
they
with
know everybody's name, they know
Everybody
everyone's
business.
birthday, they business and all that.
Yes. So I could agree with you on that with the small churches. But I've been to small churches that are not Jamaican and
Yeah, because guess what? That's one thing that we are. When we're Jamaicans, we're black, we're small. It's guaranteed.
3 cons against y'all.
Like
Jamaican, small, black. 3 cons.
You know what I'm saying? But if you miss out on one, and it all matters on, certain people them churches that are small, those people, they got lives to deal with. They ain't gotta worry. They don't want to worry about somebody else's life. They trying to get their own stuff, their life in check, and they're trying to get their coin.
This is my thing. If you live in a glass house, don't throw no stones at nobody else's glass house. Please, like, I was in a church once, no name calling off the church, but I felt like 90% of the people, no, 95% of the people were so judgmental about my tattoos, about the clothes I wore, about, oh my God. And it was just like, can I come to church? Like, at least I'm showing up. That's my thing. Like, give me time to like change. And I think what also is the issue is because of the person that our mom is. They hold us on this high pedestal. Like, no, I'm just a regular girl,
Yeah.
female, out in the open.
But
Now,
keep
because my mom's a Christian, that doesn't mean that.
But keep in mind, not only is the reason why they keep us on this high pedestal because of our mom, is because, you know, our mom, from since day one. I remember my first time in the church that I'm in, like that night, every time she talked, every church we went to, she always talk about our credentials, like, oh, he played the music, he dances, he sings, he was in this, he was in that. And it's like, okay, now you already like a celebrity up in the church, and everyone knows who you are without you having to come and tell them. But I think a dude that I would say, if there's something about someone that you don't really like how they dress or how they talk or anything, don't judge them, but try and see if you don't like how they dress, like if their skirt is too short.
Facts.
Why don't you just take them out and buy them something that they actually can
Facts.
wear to church?
Facts.
If there's a guy in church and you see that they're always wearing jeans and they don't always have the suit and tie and all of that, why don't you just take them and say, okay? Or you don't even have to take them, because you know sometimes our pride can be all up in the all up. But you know, you can just buy the clothing. You can just buy like a shirt or a dress or a skirt or something, and then bring it and present it to them and say, okay, this could, you know,
You
can do that.
I've been to churches that you could wear jeans and a nice top.
Oh yeah, I've been there too.
You know, like even if you wear a dress, you could wear like a dress pants. Even if the guys wear jeans and a button down,
Yeah,
like that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
You don't have
worry about
to,
that.
and that's the thing.
Like, keep in mind, when I go to church now, sometimes I don't want to.
Sometimes it's too hot.
It's too hot.
It's
and
too
and
hot
It takes up too much
for
time
all that.
to try and pick out the clothing
Facts.
and all of that. So
Facts.
sometimes I just put on a regular black jeans and put on something, and then I
button
go
down.
to church, and then I go. And then, you know, I play the drums, so it's like, okay, they can't
And
really.
that's the thing. Like a lot of people like watch what you wear a lot.
They too busy watching
They
what they wear.
watch
That's another
everything that you wear. Like, please.
Focus on.
Please, can we focus on other stuff? Like, can actually focus on God?
Like, don't focus on your worship. Focus on you. Don't focus on other people. Like, why are you trying to focus? Like, do not focus on the youth. Like, let the youth focus on themselves.
My other don't is this, and I know a lot of people gonna feel salty for this one. And I don't know how many other churches do it, because out of all the church that I've been to, only one do it.
Well, this is the Chris and Tanya show, so we keep it 100 right now.
Facts.
Keep it at 100.
Do not, and I repeat, do not. I'm going to put do not at the bottom of the screen in bold letters. Do not. Okay? Badger your young people.
Facts.
Like your young people after you die, because you're going to die. Okay?
You know, next.
We're the ones that's supposed to be taking over and continuing on, correct? Mm-hmm. Now, if you badger and bring down and talk all these negative stuff and to your young people and make them feel bad about themselves, or bro, you just lost your whole church of tomorrow. I'm sorry. Like, I know as young people, like, we make mistakes. I'm not gonna say as young people we're perfect, because we're not. Um, we are betwixt the world and church.
Yeah.
With like going out, doing certain things. Like, we're
Dating,
not all
all that.
100%,
Yeah.
but badgering us, like talking bad
Remember-
about us, like making us feel bad about ourselves, is not the way how to do things. Instead, as I said, it all comes down to church is supposed to be a place for healing, love, care. Like, what you're not getting out there, you
Supposed
can
to
be
be a
able to
safe
come
place.
to church. Yes, it's supposed to be a safe haven. Like, in New York, some church door opens. Like, if you go to the Catholics, their church door is open 24/7, and they have people come in and they go to the priest and they confess their sins and all of that. And the priest say encouraging words, give them encouraging advice.
And the priest
You know?
don't go and talk about it to other people.
And then they're gonna go talk about it and spread your business. Yes, that's the other thing. They spread your business. Young people can't find nobody. I'm not saying all churches, because trust me, I've been to a young people church.
And even in the bad churches, there are still a couple people, like a few handful of people that you can talk to and invite.
Because the church I'm
invite
talking
in.
about, it got a couple people.
Yeah, it got
in
a
there.
couple people in there, but
It's the bad
it's-
stands
it's-
out more than the
but
good. I'm
it's
sorry.
way too many people.
I know a lot of people gonna feel the type of way about this because they watch our videos, but oh well.
But
I'm
there's
sorry. Y'all need to grow up. Anyways, yes. Take care of y'all young people, man. Like,
A dude,
I'm sorry. The world is winning the young people nowadays. Well, not really.
sometimes.
Because I've been to a church called the Believer's House. I could put that church out there because I mess with that church. The Believer's House. It was downtown Atlanta on Memorial Drive, and when I say it was sprinkle of older people in there, like the church was
more
made
for
up
youth.
of youth.
Yeah.
The pastor of the church that owned the church, he was 30-something years old.
Wow.
When I said, like, the youths was on fire, like praise and worship, everything is just like,
adults there to badger them or point out.
I mean, they have the adults there, but all the adults do is,
focus on them.
you know
They
what the
focus
adults
on them.
do? The young people run the church. The adults just sit back and
And
just
that's
enjoy
how,
it.
That's how it's supposed to be.
They just sit back and enjoy
And
it.
that brings me to my do. My do is, if you have young people in there in your church, there should not be. It shouldn't be 3-4 Sundays out of the month is all adults and one Sunday youths. It should not. You should learn how to use the youths more.
Hallelujah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in the church that I am,
Sprinkle.
like it's mostly adults that run the church. You know what I'm saying? But the crazy thing is, what I like is, on like the 4th Sunday of the month, it's Men's Sunday, and the men, they not scared to use us young people.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They bring the young people up there. The church that I am in is only young men that's on the instruments. There ain't no old people on them instruments. We not doing that. Okay? Churches, we try and make church as live as we possibly can, but when y'all bringing in, but when it's like all young people, when it's youth, especially on Youth Sunday, don't have your regular pastor up there preaching. Bring up a young person, because ain't no young person gonna want to listen to no old man or old woman try and preach to them. They not doing that. They want to hear someone that they could listen to.
And this is my thing. Sorry to cut you off about that. Because that was one of my don'ts. He used it as a do. But yes, do use your young people. Because what a lot of people don't realize about young people get bored.
We do.
And when a pastor's up there preaching and they screaming on top of their lungs, or
Sound like they have asthma.
right, or like, even if they're not screaming, but what they're talking about is for like older Christians that have all these experiences that they can relate to.
But sometimes they do be saying some stuff. It's just that we're looking at it like, if it was, if let's say I'm in, if you're here, right, and you're in a congregation, and you had to choose, and me and moms had one topic, and we had to preach on it, and it's something for a young person, right? Something for you. I'm very sure you would rather want to hear me talk about it than mom, because you know.
Because this is what I realized. Like, we have our slangs, we have the way we talk. That's why you don't see a young person run into an older person saying that way older person. That's that huge age gap is my best friend.
Nah.
It's somebody that's their age, somebody that they could talk to
We
freely.
look at them or call them auntie or uncle or
Right,
something.
right. We're not gonna say that's my best friend.
We ain't say
No.
what's up, that my partner. You know what
No,
I'm saying? Like,
none of
nah,
that. That's my
friend.
homie. Like, none of that.
Nah,
Like,
boy.
it's because. So, like, with that, yeah, we're gonna relate to somebody that's on a younger scale.
We gonna want to see. We want to see. It's not that we don't want to go to church sometimes. You know,
But
there
church is boring.
are times when we really do get up and we'll be like, do we really want to go to church? But
That's why I say I visit now.
you know, it's more, you have to try and find a way to get us. You have to really push us sometimes. And when we say push us, it don't mean like when we get there, you trying to push us, have us stand up, clap, and all of that. No. You have to.
You have to motivate us.
You're gonna have to motivate us. Like, you're gonna have to do something.
You're gonna
Like,
have
you
to
have to be like,
motivate us.
okay, you young people, y'all, no adults gonna take over this service. Y'all gonna moderate.
And
Y'all gonna do
also, don't do it by surprise.
that. Nah, let us know.
Give us a heads up.
Yeah, give us like a couple.
Especially if we don't do this on the regular, which y'all don't have us do it on the regular.
Yeah.
Give us a heads up. Don't the Sunday off be like, well, young people are going to do that. No. Because you're not going to get a lot of participants.
Hurry up and do your don'ts, because I got another do.
Okay, so my other don't, to kind of piggyback off of what he said, my other don't is don't take away the activities
Facts.
and
Oh, facts.
functions that brought your young people in away. Right?
But that's the only thing we really looking for.
Also, you need to add on to what you're already doing. I know sometimes it's a money thing, but you could have free events too that don't include no money at all, that you don't have to come out of pocket
Or
and
you
spend
could bring in
nothing.
events that help us raise
Like
money.
fundraisers, right? So, school. I'm in school currently, and I'm a student ambassador. So, quick synopsis of what a student ambassador does. They are in charge of, they're like the student government. They're in charge of student activities, in charge of orientation, you know, getting new students accustomed to school. Like, if there's an issue, like, it's just like, instead of, an ambassador is who you can go to. And we also put on events. So, when I first became an ambassador, now I'm not really a serious ambassador. I feel like, we're not going to talk about the reason why. But when I first became an ambassador, like, it was, the reason why I became an ambassador was because the school that I was going to, they have day shift and night shift. So when you see the flyers of all the fun activities and everything, it was always for the day shift. There was nobody there to do it at night. So night students didn't have no fun. So, right, which is just boring because now you're just coming to school. Like, there's nothing there to, like, motivate you to be there.
That's why school have field trips
Right.
and all that. Prom,
So,
graduation.
what we did was started an ambassador thing at night, and we have bake sale. You know, sometimes we personally like cook food and
Which
you
we
know.
banging, by the way.
Right, like it's a bunch of us. Like we all have different talents in school, and we come together and we brainstorm ideas of how we're going to like, you know, make students entice students to come to school. Cause just coming and sitting in the classroom is boring. Same way, coming and sitting at church
It's boring.
is boring. I'm sorry, it's boring. Every Sunday, the same routine, nothing different.
It's where you can literally be like, what Sunday is it? Oh, it's first Sunday. Oh man, it's gonna be boring. It's gonna be slow. Like it's bad.
I'm sorry. Like, do different activities. Like, youth retreat. Like, Bible quiz. You know, like, when you do your youth meetings on Fridays, because it looked like everybody do their youth meetings on Fridays. Like, I'm going to talk about a church that we went to when we were younger, Good Hope. Good Hope was all for young people. Good Hope Missionary Church in Brooklyn was all about the young people. It was like the older folks was there, but they wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was all about the young people. And when you see us as young people, we hard as young people. We had step team, dance team, choir, musicians. All of our musicians was young people. Choir was young people.
Praise team
was young people. Sometimes we have like somebody from the youth preach on Youth Sunday, or we get like a guest pastor for youth come preach on Youth Sunday. We had Christmas programs. Sunday school. What else we had? We had VBS. So during the summer, we have something to do. Church.
We had it all.
We had VBS. They used to make the little shirts that at the end of the VBS, we go on a trip. The Saturday we go on a trip. It was like, 2 weeks of VBS or 1 week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks of VBS. So we come to the church and like we in our different age groups and we do like different activities. It's all surrounding God.
Yeah, we still learning.
But it's fun.
But it's fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they feed us, all of that.
Yeah.
Pick us up from our house, drop us back home. Like VBS was lit. And then the last Saturday, the Friday we'll have like a little concert, you know, where everybody come out and like do something, show a talent. We get like little awards or you know, little certificates.
We even had talent shows,
all of that. And then that Saturday morning we go somewhere. We went to the pool before, we went to the beach before, we went to Dorney Park before, we went all over the place before. And yeah, we pay for VBS? VBS was...
No, we ain't paid. We paid for the trip.
You paid for the trip, but VBS was free. Yes. As for that...
You know what I'm saying?
And then, I wonder why young people just leave churches and go out in the world. And sometimes we don't even really go out in the world. Like, sometimes we find another church.
We stay there until we find another church.
Right, and because sometimes y'all think that because we're not coming to y'all church, we give up on God. Like, no.
We did a backslide.
No. We just go into a different church.
Now, that brings me to my next due. How much is that? 3 already? Okay. My next due. Do use other young people. Don't just use the same young people every single time. Like if y'all know y'all need a young person to preach, don't just call up on CP and this person and that person just because they're older or whatever. How are you gonna teach? How is they gonna learn if you don't teach them or if you don't put them up there and say, okay, this is the topic, this is the scripture. Find a way to get us to understand it a little bit better than we do now. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. If you see that there's a young person in there that likes to learn, that likes music, and he wants to learn, okay, teach him. if you see that there's someone up there that you know that can pray, even if they don't know they can pray, if you don't know that they can pray,
Use them. They'll
use
eventually
them
learn.
because they will learn. Because guess what? The people that you're using, they didn't always know how to do what they do.
Practice makes perfect.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't always a good drummer, but because they used me and put me on the drums and say, okay, I'm going to learn and I'm going to teach you, you know.
And you used to get lessons. You used to get lessons in Brooklyn.
I used to get lessons.
At Good Hope Missionary
At
Church.
Good Hope, you know what I'm saying? There was one time where they actually took me off. And then I left. And then I came back. And I was like, you know what? I want to learn. And what they did, they put me on the drums. And then they taught me. They taught me a little bit of the bass too. They taught me a little bit of the keyboard. So it's like, okay. And
Good Hope Missionary Church is the real MVP for young people.
And then I came down here, and as you know, they was trying to, and as you know, I met her baby father, and then you know he taught me how to play, and he taught me how to get better, to where people from Good Hope Missionary Church in Brooklyn, you know where y'all at in Liberty Avenue, you know what I'm saying, they come up and they're like, you know what CP, you actually playing a whole lot better.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just got to big up Good Hope Missionary Church on Liberty Avenue. Look it up. If you need a church in Brooklyn, that's the church to be at. They got one in Brooklyn and one in Staten Island. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Y'all go ahead and y'all visit that church because that church is litty. Yeah. If they ask, Chrissy sent you, they'll know who you're talking about. Yup. Y'all go ahead and visit it. I'm so serious. Like, the pastor is just like, everything about them is just
the pastor is even a grown adult, but he still know how to
hang
out with
it's still young people. And that's the thing, like, a lot of our grown adults,
all about the young people.
It's still all about the young people. Like, I will tell you, like, Pastor Harvey, Auntie Lynn, Sister Annette, Nicole, like Kashif, like, all of them. Yeah. It was just like we was all one big happy family.
We did not want to go home on
Never
Sundays.
Want to go home. Bro, we used to have practice for our...
It was church, practice, and then Bible studies in the night.
Facts.
We never went home.
Never.
At first, when we were young, like 5, 6 to 10, yeah, of course we wanted to go home.
Bro,
but as soon as we grew up, we were like, nah, we don't want to go home.
Let me tell you how they used to take care of us for our choir rehearsals. So we used to have choir rehearsals, every first and fourth Sunday?
Yeah.
I don't remember how.
Sometimes it would be like every week.
Yeah. If we have a big event coming up for months, when I say months, like months ahead of time, we start practicing every Sunday after church. And they provide the food. At first, they used to order the Chinese food.
And you didn't even eat fried chicken at that time. And they ordered like plantains.
And I was the special kid. Thank you, Auntie Lynn and Sister Annette. Y'all the real MVP.
That's how you know they all about the young people.
Right. They care. And then when they realized that was becoming expensive, and then we started growing as young people because then more people started coming. We started inviting our friends. Because after a while, I remember Jay had joined us, Akeem, like people that did it, you know, a bunch of other people started joining us, and then what they started having to do was cook the food. Yeah. So they used to cook the food, and it used to be Aisha there, Sister Annette, Auntie Lynn, even Sister Bowen. How can I forget Sister Bowen? Sister Bowen was, she was the assistant superintendent, and she was...
Even Sister Mac. Sister Mac used to do her thing, too.
Bro, like, we used to be lit, and then after we have our choir practice, we used to... And trust me, we didn't do no old... Take Me Back to the Cross songs.
Even if we did the old songs,
we put a little spice to it. You know what's that song? This Is My Story, bro. When we used to sing This Is My Story as young people in Good Hope, it wasn't
the church that I'm going to. If y'all watching this and y'all want to know where I learned how to sing, That's where it
That's the church, bro. She used to make us do. Sister Annette, she was our choir director, bro. She used to make us do voice coaches, like voice coaching. Then afterwards,
Sister Andrea too, man.
yeah, Sister Andrea Thompson. Oh my
The plays
god,
she used to put on.
bro, the plays, bro. I forgot all about the plays, bro. Bro, our plays used to be so real. I remember the play that we did about the resurrection of Jesus Christ, where Jesus was coming back. No, it was Jesus coming back.
Yeah.
It wasn't the resurrection. It was Jesus coming back. I think it was
Cry.
Easter. What was the name of it?
The Cry.
The Cry. Yes, The Cry. Sister Andrea
She
wrote
wrote out
all
the
that
whole
play
play.
by herself. She wrote that play, everything. And when I said it was all the young people have a part. All the young people had a part.
Even if it was a small.
Even when it was a small part, even if it was just standing there, she was going to use you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to do it a certain way. And I remember Auntie Lynn was a prostitute.
I was at the
Yup. Who was the drunk?
I don't even remember.
Somebody was a drunk. I think it was either Kashif
Jed.
or no, Nicholas.
No,
Is it-
Nicholas was a drunk in another play.
Oh,
That
he
we
was in a
did.
drunk in another play.
Yeah.
But I think Kashif was the drunk.
Yeah.
I think Kashif was the drunk. And then we had like Sister Nicole was the church lady that she was always gossiping and talking about people, but she had the big broad church ad and she was stush. And it was just like Jesus came, people started disappearing. Clothes was on the floor, like we made it
They
look
put,
like the
like,
real
gunshots up
gunshots,
in that-
everything.
like,
Like we had,
miming and all of
Mi-
that, bro. Like,
bro.
I'm talking like, bro.
bro.
When I tell you, bro, that church literally was the stepping stool for us, bro.
Bro, that church is for young people. Like, when you see their young people now and where they are, like, dancing came from
None of the
that
young
church.
people left. None of them. Keep in mind,
Dancing came from that church.
if I didn't move to Georgia, I would have still been going there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dancing for me came from that church. It was Kendra
same here.
and Kayan and Camille and Stephanie.
Yeah.
Dancing came from the way how I dance. Everything is all. That's all Kendra. I'm sorry. Shout out to you, Kendra. And she's out there doing her thing. Y'all go look up her blog, Urban Girl. She's out there doing her blog thing. I'm really, really proud of her. She's like, I be following her, reading her blog. She be doing her little events, and I be like, yes, baby, get it. You know, like,
My music came from Jed Jr. Bro, man, taught me the simple basics. Kashif,
bro,
Nicholas, shout
Bro.
out to my boy Nick,
Bro.
doing his thing.
bro.
LaVon,
Bro.
you know what I'm saying, the Brody. You know,
I'm saying-
they taught me. They
Yeah.
taught me everything.
Y'all
bro.
want to learn how to treat y'all young people? Give that church a call. They can teach y'all lessons. They can
I
teach
want
y'all
one
lessons.
day- One
You
day
would-
we finna fly y'all up. We finna fly y'all up down.
all of
here.
y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
All
and
y'all.
put this, and we just gonna sit back, and y'all just gonna do what y'all need
All
to
of
do.
y'all. Facts. All of y'all. Like, I'm so serious. Like,
You know
we
what I'm
don't
saying?
sing. We don't do we. The only time we hear like the old time songs was when the adult choir sang it.
Wow.
And when the adult choir sing it, and then they sang the songs out the church hymnals.
It ain't even.
But other from that, even praise and worship was all new songs.
It was.
Hold on. Praise and worship was all new songs. And what they did was they printed it out and put it on a projector. And if you don't know the words to the new song, you follow it on the projector.
They involved too. They put a TV up in there and they
Everything.
got their laptop and then
Everything.
they just type it out and then put it on there.
And put
So
it
you
on
can
there.
learn. And
So
the adults
everybody-
didn't- and the adults wasn't feeling no type of way.
They
like
wasn't.
that.
They used to enjoy service.
And they used to go-
Everybody enjoyed service. It was never so specific of old and new. young and old.
No,
Oh,
there wasn't no
young
debate.
people wasn't complaining about singing older songs, and older people wasn't complaining about having to learn newer songs, and nothing.
Churches,
I'm
Sundays
sorry.
used to be lit.
Sundays used to be lit.
You know what I'm saying?
Fridays used to be lit. After we ate the food, we had practice. After we had practice, we used to joke around, chill till like Bible study started. And we'll stay at Bible study. Some people will go home. Some people would stay. Most of us would stay and sit in the back bench or go upstairs on the second floor because we had, 3 floors in that building?
3 floors. There was sometimes where we just go to the third
The
floor.
third floor. And
just
Sister Mac
chilling.
come up there and looking for us. Sister Mac or Auntie Lynn come up there looking for us, saying we need to go downstairs
They
in
were
church.
they were the alarm clock for our church, man.
But yeah, like, that's my
You know what I'm
thing.
saying?
Focus, our biggest church do is to focus on your young people. Because
Yeah.
your young people is the church of tomorrow. If you gossip about your young people, spread your young people business, do all of that extra stuff that you're
We're
not
gone. Deuces. Like Chris Brown said, I'm saying deuces.
chucking up the deuces. Anyways, we about to bring this video down to a wrap. We did it. See, I can do well with other people. Ha ha. But definitely like, subscribe, comment down below. What are your thoughts? Turn on your notifications. Do everything. Yeah, I don't do that positive message thing that Tanya does at the end. I'm sorry. But what I can say is just like, subscribe, comment, share. You know, like, just keep doing what y'all doing. I hope y'all have a good day. All right. We'll see y'all next Tuesday at the same time. All right. I'll see y'all later.
I just want to thank God for all the pretty women He let into my life, all the Benjamins He let me count, wealth and health for my family, and let me fall on these niggas.